Welcome back, Blackboard Tips for Teachers. This is tip 12, and I already know I'm going to talk too long on this one because this is a tip for the nerds amongst you, and I am one of the biggest nerds. We're going to look at course reports, and course reports are going to give you all of the numbers to see what's going on in your course. Who's doing quizzes, who's doing assignments, who's opening files, who's not opening files. It's a treasure trove of data and statistics, and it's very, very sad that I like these things. So the only objective then for this is to show you one easy method of monitoring course activity, and this is a very useful thing if you just want to see what's happening in your course. So join me in the course room and I will show you everything I can, and I will try to do it concisely. So as always, welcome to my course. It looks the same as it always does. You've seen it 100 times now. I'm going to show you one tool for the data nerds in us. This tool actually, I like it for me because it shows me what's happening in my course. It's more of a management tool, so if there are any managers watching this, probably not, this would actually be really useful for them as well. What I'm going to show you is how to get a lot of useful data on your course. And a lot of this data you already know by what's happening in your course. You know if the students are working, you know if the students aren't working. This is just a way to address it and the way to visualize what's happening, okay? So down here in the course management section, we have evaluation. And we have all of these different options: course reports, easy soft reports, dashboard, blah, blah, blah. The one I'm going to show you today, I think, is the easiest to see the data. Okay, it's easiest to see what's happening. And I'm going to press this one, Easy Soft Course Report. I press it, it says click here to open the report in a new tab, and usually I would click here. I already clicked, so my tabs are already open. I've actually opened 3 different reports for 3 different courses because this is going to show you something. It's just going to show you something, maybe useful, maybe not. This first one then is for this course. You don't need to know the CRN or the name. And it already tells me something good. It's got a student participation level of 100%. Days since last access was 0, so the students are still attending. There's only 13 students in the course. Okay. What's more useful at data is this stuff here. Now, collaboration has a score of 100%. That's to be expected because we use Collaborate 6 times a day, so there's a lot of collaboration, okay? Assessment has a score of 100%. Assessment considers different things: tests, assignments, wikis, rubrics, forums, whatever. This is a foundation course where there are a hell of a lot of tests and quizzes, and you can see they're doing pretty well. 100% meaning a lot of quizzes are being done. You can see there was a drop-off. That's because we stopped teaching, we finished the exam, so we stopped doing quizzes. Less assignments, so less activity with assignments, and absolutely 0 forums because I haven't used a forum. But again, I get a clear overview of my course, and I can fiddle with the data. I can see specific things. Content is a useful one. You can see that they're using a lot of course content. This basically means they're clicking on everything that I put on Blackboard. The files, they're opening about 75% of the files. This is standard because some of the files optional. Some of the files are pictures that display in Blackboard anyway, so they don't actually need to open the file. Multimedia, this is not one of the courses with too many videos, so they're not watching too many videos. But again, good data, showing me exactly what's happening in the course. Now, if I want more information about the users, that's down here. Content is essentially showing me how many times they've clicked on different pieces of content. I can put this in order. You can see that Nora has clicked on a lot of content. Doesn't necessarily mean she's the best student, but it's a good sign. You can see Makila's done a lot. You can see Bana and Arim have not done so much. That tallies with what I know from these students. Collaboration, this is going to be high again because we're having collaborate sessions. Fatima has bad attendance, she has a low score. Assessments is how many quizzes, how many assignments. This time Bana's top, surprisingly, but you can see who's doing assessments and you can see who's not doing assessments. Course management is announcements. You know, there's different features. You can find out what they mean by clicking here. But on the whole, you can see this is a successful course. This is my course, so I'm going to say it's successful. But the way I deliver, they're looking at my content, they're coming to my collaborate sessions, they are mostly completing their assessments and their quizzes. Success. If I look at different courses, I get a different picture sometimes. I can see this second class I'm looking at, they're still doing pretty well. Like 90% of them are doing their tests. They're accessing content, no problem. They're coming to collaborate, no problem. And they're getting a little bit of course management. That's also things like looking at the gradebook. Okay, so again, relatively successful. You might be worried about this drop off at the end of term, but it might be normal. The third course I'm going to look at, you can see things are getting worse. And if I was the teacher or the manager, I would be worried about this. They're still coming to class. They're still interacting with content. That doesn't necessarily mean too much because there might be one piece of content that they click on. So the percentage is a bit misleading. And their assessment, they started off in the beginning of term doing pretty much everything. And as the term has progressed, they've got progressively worse. And again, we can look at some of the numbers. If we remember the first course, let's go back to it. You know, the lowest number in the assessment was 160. The highest number was 600. The lowest number here is 15. The highest number here is 500. These are the same courses. It's the Stage 2 English course. So you can see a huge difference in the interaction, the participation, the work. If you're a teacher and you see this number dropping, it should be a warning to react. If you're a manager and you see this number watching, it's also probably a sign you need some intervention. But I think I'm a nerd, I like numbers. For me, this is a good little display. It could also be used if you really wanted to report to your students on a week-by-week basis. Okay, if you wanted to be like, hey, how was this week? Who studied? Let's go from Sunday the 4th to, it was October, to Thursday the 8th. You could just pull up the data for this week, for a specific week, and you'd be like, whoa, what the hell happened on the 7th of October? Nothing happened. again, you've got different sessions there. Maybe we had like a Blackboard blackout and we had no class. So, and I can see this week, who was working this week? Definitely not Fatima. 12 classes, 6 assessments. Mashallah, Areem, Khulud, Zayed were working. This is the easiest way to see who's working on a week-by-week basis, to show your students, if you want, that you're tracking them. I've been talking for 9 minutes, which is far too long about this data. So to cut it short, check the information in your course. Go down to the course management. Go down to, where's it gone? Go down to evaluation, and then go to Easy Soft Course Report. Take a look at your course and see what's happening. See if there's anything that surprises you. Okay, thanks for watching. Sorry I spoke for so long, and take care. See you next time.